guys for coming in and taking some time to do a small little training and fun team activity that I have planned for us. I'm going to teach you guys how to decorate cookies, and then we get to eat them, which is worth it. So it's kind of nice. So we're going to go over some nice objectives. Basically, what is royal icing? That's the main icing we're going to be handling today. Piping versus flooding icing, there is a difference. Decorating techniques that you can use, as well as how to properly handle a piping bag. We're going to do some practice on paper towels and have some fun with it, and then be able to decorate the cookies. So to start, what is royal icing? Royal icing is a stiffer icing that's kind of made to resemble meringue, like meringue pie. You see the nice stiff peaks. It's kind of a way of making a nice, more detailed cookie design than just a simple Christmas cookie where you're spreading icing on it. It's actually really easy to make. You basically are just mixing powdered sugar, warm water, and meringue powder until it gets nice stiff peaks for about 7 minutes. So as you can see, there's a different consistency compared to like the spreading one. To get these different consistencies, you can add warm water to thin it out and flood it like you see here, or you can add powdered sugar to make it more thick and outline it as you see here with more of the details. So that's going to be piping versus flooding icing. So it adds more shapes, more textures, and more designs. So to go over those two, piping icing is going to be these outlines that you're seeing right here. And basically it can be used to add details like buttons, even animal like eyes, fun stuff like that. And then you can also use more advanced techniques to make 3D shapes that you can add to cakes, like flowers. Roses are a big one as well. And then we have the flooding icing. As you can see here, it makes a more smooth design, and that's going to be a thinned out version of it to fill in those shapes. It's a lot easier to handle. It's like not as difficult to like be very precise, all that fun stuff with it. And then you can also mix it together, like here on this little onesie where you can see the stripes are added. You just fill those in and it all floods and mixes together. So one nice decorating technique where you might see you have some toothpicks in front of you and be a little confused. You can actually use those to make chevron designs like this, or connect different dots to make more like swirls, stars, fun stuff like that. And then the one thing I always use it for is I make a lot of errors, and you can see here where they've outlined it. Basically you can use that toothpick to move your icing around and fix where you need it to be, or fix a lot of this flooding if it doesn't go in correctly. And then we're going to use piping bags, so I'm going to steal you guys' real fast and show you how to handle these. So when you're holding a piping bag, you want to push all of the icing under your thumb and your finger. And that way it's just the bag on top that's going to be open. It will be a little funny to handle at first because you'll have to squeeze around it, but you'll see how it is once we start. So with piping icing, this is flooding, but with the piping icing you're going to push very gently. But you also don't want to push too hard or too soft. You'll notice it either will come out a bunch or it won't come out at all. So you just need to find the right little pressure. You'll get to that point though. And then with our flooding icing, you're going to want to push pretty hard on that. A lot will come out, but you can easily move that around and swirl it. So with your flooding icing, you will hold that against the cookie and let it fill in. Whereas with your piping icing, you're going to hold that up as you move and let it fall down. Back to you guys. So now I want you guys to go ahead and practice and try on your paper towel, and a couple of you have an extra bag that you can always practice that on. So we'll cut just a small opening on the bottom of our bags, and you'll want to start with your piping icing that's labeled. You'll make a shape outline, and then you'll want to use your flooding icing and fill that shape in. So I'll kind of go around, make sure everyone's doing it right. Feel free to talk with each other since we're sharing.
I've got the scissors up here.
Oh wait, the other side. You want to cut it where the icing's at?
Can't you just shift it over?
You could if you want to push it.
Get out.
Yeah, because I'm a difficult guy and I like to create nice shapes for cookies or nice designs.
So where Jeremy's at in the rain, you'll want to just do the tip of this.
Jeremy, do not have an extra pair of scissors in your purse?
There you go.
Or it's just like literally the tip, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh my god. I just did a little bit.
Oh man.
Yeah, you can do like,
Give me those scissors.
You guys need the scissors back there?
I was going to pre-cut, but like I said, these would get really messy if they were just practice.
My turn. There you go. This is good. I'm practicing my scissors. No.
Oh no, my flower broke.
Yeah, you might want to.
Oh, there we
Hold on to that.
I'm looking at
Oh, my flower broke.
Do you guys need a pair of scissors?
That's the flooded. We're not cutting that one.
They all end up over here.
Wait, are we just cutting the piping?
Yeah, so start with the piping, and you can practice if you want to on your paper towels. Or you can.
Perfect.
You'll use your piping to outline your shape, and then you'll flood it in.
Outline your shape.
How does this look?
That looks good.
It looks good.
And then you'll notice that there's probably just a little bit more here. And that's for like working out, and then you can use your toothpick to like spread it around where it's blood, or like there, you can spread it there.
Practicing your housewife stuff?
And I am.
I think we're doing
I think I did good.
How are you on this?
Why did I pick a boat?
So you can still put it in with the flooding if you want to start putting yours.
I cannot. Can you pass me the scissors now?
Yeah, if you want to, you can ice
Hey, Kelly, can you pass me the
Glass
scissors?
ones.
whatever you want.
Wait,
Wait, you know, this reminds me of, you guys ever used to have,
Flooded.
Yeah, that's good.
you guys ever used to have toaster strudels?
Yes.
Like with all the icing on them?
Really?
Fruity, you're not supposed to fill it with that. Decorating it.
When you're done.
I like that you added the middle too, so you can like, I don't know what the shape for that.
There we go. Oh,
Yeah, so once you make your outlines, you can cut the flooding, and you can just like flood the whole in front of it.
Wait, so what should I do with the flooding?
So
Flood it.
What would be like a good idea?
What?
So with the flooding in the middle, we're gonna hold that down inside this area, and you're gonna push it in the
Yo, say something for me, man.
Y'all some haters, bro. There you go, man. Hey, Don, heavy on the icing, man.
What you got? Let me see what you got.
Hey, man, I'm gonna recreate the masterpiece,
And
man.
you'll just move it
Oh,
around.
no.
Yeah.
Take a look.
And then you want to,
I don't think I'm gonna eat this,
You want to
man.
take it and move it around inside the shape.
There we
Oh,
go.
no, yeah.
It's eyes.
Let's go, Don. Come on, Don.
It ain't bad, it ain't bad. What? I heard enough, man.
I know, it's supposed to be flooded. That's all the
We're a little bit
same.
thick with the piping icing, I think.
Yeah, perfect. That's good.
Oh, okay. That's good?
Yeah, that looks good.
Yours is good.
This is getting nice.
Good. You know,
I have icing everywhere.
Flooding champion. Piping, sorry, piping.
It's good and everything.
Okay, Kelly, flood
What do we need to do next?
So you'll take the flooding.
Oh no.
Over here. So we just need to get you guys hands over here.
Oh, that's for flooding. So this is
Am
gonna
I
be bigger,
supposed to
right?
smear this
Yeah, so
around
you'll make
more?
that little, yeah, so you'll move it around, and then you're gonna take your toothpick and fill it in. So it
Yeah,
goes back
I
to
want a
the
different
round
color.
almost.
Oh, okay.
If it doesn't move,
Can't always get what you want.
I think I
Oh,
Throw it.
and then like move it towards that.
Whoa.
So you don't wanna like move a lot of it around.
Like that?
Doing good.
Flood, kind of connects some dots up here.
Grace knows how to
It
flood.
was really
Do you
cool.
want to flood? Oh, you got one.
I can use that one. It's
Yeah.
already done.
Yeah, if there's still like some in there.
Oh, shoot.
Alright, now we gotta flood.
Oh, are we supposed to eat it?
I don't know.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
look, I did it.
Yay. Is it not working for you yet?
No,
Did you use
I would
it?
think that one.
no, I was trying to make football.
So,
You never like decorated
so with the football,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, like, wipe it off with-
so
Yeah, that's why I wasn't using it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give up on the football. This is
Yeah,
all.
you can still flood. And then as that one comes out, you'll move it around.
There you go.
Like push a lot out, and then you'll use your toothpicks to like correct it and move it together.
No, it's-
Watch
Oh, I like mine how it is.
Oh, that's good, Rachel.
I don't wanna do
like it.
anymore.
Yeah, it'll fill out.
You want
That
the
is
muffin?
very cold, so it's like not soaking as much.
Just leave it in.
Yep. Yeah. Looks good.
Oh, no. I'm getting this.
Wait, how do I
This one right
want
here.
everything to run together?
Not even flood the block.
So
We're gonna
now-
flood.
I flooded too much.
Where's the flood at?
Oh, the flood is here. Let me see the flood.
Taylor, just flood.
Oh man, that's all over. Oh man.
It's bloody, bro.
Hey, I see.
Never made this would fill out the top.
Oh my god.
And that way just.
Oh, I was gonna try to make a heart on top of
Yeah.
a heart, but
Right.
look at that little heart that I just did.
He gonna be pissed.
That's on YouTube.
I've been doing my frustration.
this gonna be a mute?
Jeremy, that looks great.
Thanks, honey.
Ew,
Like my
that
dots?
looks nice.
It's actually a nice little Easter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trying to think what else I can add to it.
I gotta flood some more.
Yerm, that looks great.
Flooding like crazy over
I
there.
let the floodgates open.
I was like, the best way to do it with the
Right?
the
I'm all for the ice.
I was remembering that we get to eat them when we're done, so I'm so happy.
Like, do not record this. I'm not proud of this.
Oh man, I thought it was flooding.
What
These look great. These look really great.
Move it around a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look at you.
Look at that.
Look, Ryan.
Guys, these are really
Great
impressive.
intricate design here.
Oh my gosh. You guys. The-
Designs here on top.
Oh,
Yeah, totally. And so another step that you can take with this, if you like flood it and fill it in, if you let it fully dry, when you add these designs on top, it'll stick to the top and be a whole separate design.
Brown doesn't have the patience.
Like
to-
L-O-W.
They're about to go right.
I'm astounded that I haven't eaten.
I mean, it does take a little while to dry, so you have to have like a lot of patience.
Wow, this is very interesting.
What's the color of that?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Kenzie?
Yeah, it's Lowell Kinsey.
Nice, okay.
It's right. I went for the standard icing.
Where's the flooding icing?
Or no, this is flooding.
Yeah, this is fine, right?
That's why it's so floody.
Yeah, you gotta edge in with the piping where you don't want your flood.
No, but I don't want to. You just have fun over here making like an icing.
I
I'm
decided.
trying to recover. It's not going so well.
If you let that dry, you can have the piping on top of it.
I went for the standard.
But you just have to let it like.
I like mine.
hard. Or if you want to, that's all I want to do is just sit across it and add texture. Little like if you do like something like this, it'll add that like texture.
Oops, messed mine up.
So that way you can like take your design.
Hey, as long as I keep moving, I'm good. That's all I'm worried about.
So now that we have decorated cookies a little bit, I just want to thank you guys again. You can go ahead and eat your cookies after you're done, and you can see, you know, the fun design that you made is now even delicious as well.
Awesome.
I just want to thank you guys again for
Yeah,
coming.
thank you.
Have a day.
Thank you.
Decorating,